Hello everyone, and today's video I'll be talking about the longer range charts, which will be the GFS, GEM and the ECMWF chart. And today I'll be looking at all three of those charts all together in one video because we are starting to get hints from models yesterday already that we are starting to get thunderstorms into early June, if not into mid-June as well. In today's video, we'll analyze all of that, the temperatures, also the pressure charts, and lastly, we'll have a look at the precipitation and also maybe, if we have time, the cape levels, and of course some other things which will help me predict if whether or not we are going to see these thunderstorms or not. We'll have a look at the 800 HPA temperatures and of course a very helpful one, 800 HPA temperature deviation. So we'll start off actually here with the GFS chart. You can see, running back to the start, we are currently in a state of northerly breeze. The winds coming from the north will be a little bit chillier, 2-3 degrees below average than usual around this week also already. The 800 HPA temperature is close to 0 degrees, if not touching that. And with the temperature deviation, it's mostly blue, if not part of the UK. In the western part of the UK, this will still remain milder than usual. So after that, you can see a ridge of high pressure builds over Iceland, and then we see these two connect into a cut-off low. A monstrous low pressure developed out in the Atlantic, fueled by the powerful jet stream. You can see the kink in the isobars there. You can see and then it carries along with it very high energy and a lot of moisture as well. Those 800 HPA temperatures, as that low does make landfall, will be around 25th of May. And actually, let's check the temperatures. It will be a little bit warmer than usual, let me guess. Yes, around 18, 19, just 1-2 degrees above average for the time of year. For the north, struggling get up to 10, 11 degrees Celsius. Maybe parts of Republic of Ireland will be a little bit better, but all in all, unsettled weather to start off this weather model. As we continue this, you can see more low pressure behind it, fueled up by the jet stream. This one here, we want to look at first. Set of lows will start to develop. Another one, this one is a very weak one. Let's go back to here. 29th of May, hit on impact up into part of Scotland. Let's go over on this one now. 30th of May, could be an ex-tropical cyclone here, if we look at it, if this is powerful enough. But if we do see it develop more, we would call this an ex-tropical hurricane. But if it moves further north so quick, like this one here, it's not even going to develop at all. Look at that, it flops straight away, moving on into the northern sea, up to 50 degrees up from the equator. That's really gonna fall off this low pressure. And look at this, after that, high pressure mostly remains, dominating the weather, locked in, and the easterly flow will continue. Typical. But at the start of this video, I did suggest we are starting to get hints of thunderstorms, and we don't really. I call it hints because the thunderstorm risk is not really mainly capped towards the UK. Can't really have a look at the Rome chart yet, which is one of those that help me analyze. But what I do want to look at is France. I know this is not the UK, but France. This is the storm risk in France. On 2nd of June, let's go back on 1st of June. Actually, let's go back to UK first. Let's compare that. To the south, we got a little bit of Cape, 400, 500, low levels up to 600, 700. But no, still, this is quite high level Cape already for the time of year. We have just started meteorological summer, 1st of June. So, let's go back to France, compare that. Look at that, very moisture, a lot of moisture, and look at that. As we had in 2nd of June, look at that. A lot of instability, a lot of really that difference in temperature air mass that will cause sudden abrupt thunderstorms to develop. And then look at this. Further May even worse. Further June, sorry, even worse. Look at that. Even though it's not directly up into the UK, we can still. That's why I say the word hint, but not actually like on the UK. But I say the word hint, and the reason for that is because it's not really on the UK, but there is a chance this piece of very very high thunderstorm risk can actually move on the UK. It's just this Channel Island that is blocking it. If we don't have this Channel Island and the UK was connected with France, it will easily bypass. But it's just a matter of fact for this Channel Island to actually stop us from getting that thunderstorm risk. But still carries on into 4th of June, moves further southwards. But then look at that, it does get a little bit towards the UK as we head into 5th of June, just a little bit. Then 6th of June, very similar, and then 384 hours ahead. We'll have a look at the precipitation. You can see mostly these are really just thunderstorms. This is not high risk. We've got the aroma and the arpeggiator chart, so this is not really good in prediction. I really would not want to look at that. But let's actually go up to 4th of June. I'm just holding up to 22, 23 degrees. And remember, actually, this is just a prediction by the weather models. Could flip tomorrow and could change, could signal a much opposite thing tomorrow. But all in all, still today was signaling a thunderstorm risk. Let's move on to the GM chart. You can see high pressure is dominating a ridge of high pressure, digestion fueling up this low pressure system towards the UK. It will hang around a little while before moving on to Iceland and just dying. And this was the extratropical hurricane that we were seeing from the GFS chart. No, this one actually develops much later than the GFS. So this one does not even make it at all, and it just, look at that, very very weak. What is this? 996 millibars, and let's compare that low pressure towards this one. No match for that low pressure to be competing with this low pressure. And then actually, let's go back to United Kingdom, and look at that, 99992 as it hits land for. And really, let's actually look at Europe again. It's actually much less if we see it developing. Up to 98 something. So no match with this low pressure to actually, I know it's still strong winds. Let's actually look at the winds, or I cannot. The wind gusts is still strong. Let's compare that actually with the GA. I like comparing things and seeing how likely it is. That's what I like to do as well. And here actually, as we make landfall of this low pressure, look at that. You can see a high sway of up to green, orange, green, yellow, orange, and red in there as well. Let's move up to. I'll actually move back up to central. Let's actually move on back to United Kingdom or Eastern Europe. No, do not want that. But anyway, let's go to ECMWF chart. They did not let me pick the Atlantic option, so that's quite unexpected. Anyway, we'll continue. You can see low pressure will continue to dominate the weather as we head into 28th of May. Basically, this is a lower resolution run, so you can see this is much more resolution. Extratropical hurricane fueling up by the jet stream. We do not see any signs of that, or it could be this one right here. But if it is this one, this is even worse. Not even down to not even less than 1,000 millibars. What do you call that low pressure? You call that nothing. That's not even a low pressure. But as we continue, you see high pressure is basically dominating. Let's look at that storm risk now. You see those temperatures will be pretty high up, and those two mean temperatures. Look at that, 10-degree isotherm and United Kingdom. Look at that, right into that 2 mean isotherm. 10 mean isotherm. And as we continue, still staying pretty chilly, but still, all in all, still warmer for that time of year into June. So basically, that's basically your weather forecast. Thank you for watching, and before I'll just do a quick summary of what's going to happen. I did this video, thunderstorm risk from the GM run in France, hinting, remember, things of course could change. The GM run, extratropical hurricane, no match, only this only, and Red 50. Let's actually go back to United Kingdom. I'll have to get the wind gust. No match for this. So basically, GFS and GM are safe to say very similar. and the ECMWF goes into a much settled period without much disturbance until into start of really June, where we start to get high pressure systems dominating. And so basically that's your weather forecast. Thanks for watching, and until next time, goodbye.